there's nothing like cracking that cellophane, pulling that record out. It just smells great.
Welcome to BODS Mayhem Hour.
Non-stop hardcore energy.
I love the show, guys. You're awesome.
Unlike any other.
With your host, John the Bod, a.k.a. the Bod Father.
Man, this stuff rocks.
This is Taj from Fused By Defiance, and you are listening to BODS Mayhem Hour.
The views and opinions of the guests do not necessarily reflect the views and opinions of BODS Mayhem Radio Network, its staff, affiliates, or sponsors. Parental discretion is advised. Welcome to BODS Mayhem Radio Network.
Hey everybody, welcome to BODS Mayhem Hour. I am your host, John the Bod, a.k.a. the Bod Father, and as always, I'm bringing you guys and gals awesome interviews. Today, it's an honor and a huge privilege to welcome Taj of Fused By Defiance. Fused By Defiance has released their single and music video for Cancel Culture, and the video originally premiered on Ghost Cult magazine. The video was also directed and edited by Ron Underwood, who is the vocalist of Non-Electric and Opiate for the Masses. Also, pick up their self-titled EP that's out right now as well. So, Taj, how's it going, and how you doing?
Pretty good, So far, I've escaped Miss Rona. I'm just sitting here in the middle of a work day. How about you?
I like that, Miss Rona. I have had Miss Rona, and it is bad. So, yeah.
Oof, more power to you, man.
Yeah, it's a biatch, as I should say. How excited are you guys to hopefully get back out on the road to play some shows? Because I know some states are kind of opening up that door, but how you guys feel about that so far?
Honestly, we, especially the boys, really can't wait to get out there to start playing again. We have a lot of pent-up energy for it. I personally am going to get vaccinated first before I go out and play, because I have a compromised immune system, so I'm going to need to make sure that that's settled. But honestly, once we're good to go with that, they've been trying to play since yesterday. So, I mean, I am totally down for it, if not for selfish reasons, to be honest.
Did you find yourself doing anything differently other than music, maybe such as collecting or catching up on stuff that you might have missed out on? Anything possibly or no?
Cleaning my room, so there's that. I organized my closet. It's not organized now, but I did at one point, so I think I'm proud of that. Besides that, we've tossed ideas around over the internet for a new EP album that we're trying to write as well.
Now, Ron Underwood directed the video for Cancel Culture. How was working with him yet again on another video?
Ron is simply one of the greatest directors, videographers that I've personally ever worked with. He's high energy. He knows exactly what he's looking for within the lens, and he knows, he has the ability to direct us while he's recording in the lens with the vision that he has. And he's really collaborative. So whatever, we want to express, and we're last minute people, so we come up with the idea the day before, and he's totally flexible with that. So whatever idea we want to get across to him, he's like, yeah, let's fucking do it. I'm like, oh, thank God, because we just came up with it 10 minutes in the car.
And you hit the nail on the head. He's just a down-to-earth guy and a great musician for his own self.
Absolutely.
Were you guys a little nervous releasing this single right now because you can't tour on anything at all?
Honestly, yes. So what happened with our last single that we released it on March 3rd, and literally 2 weeks later, the entire world shut down. So we're like, dang, that didn't even see the light of day. But this one, we were just well, at this one, we need to put something out. We can't go a whole year and have nothing to show for it. So we kind of just put it out there to tie us over until we can finish the EP. And we're hoping the EP, that Cancel Culture will get everyone kind of riled up for the EP, which should be coming out sometime around fall, which is when we predict the Earth to open, which is where we'll also get to bring back Cancel Culture and remind everyone, oh, remember that one time when we did that song?
That was going to be my next question. How much on this EP do you have written so far, or are you guys just in the process of just creating stuff right now?
We're in the process of, we have 1.5 full songs completed, and we have ideas for the other 3. They're just riffs and patterns that we've all thrown together in practices, but we have set ourselves a deadline because we know how we are. So
And it's very interesting to see how much music comes out after this pandemic and quarantine, because all the interviews that I have done, all of you guys and gals have got so much music written. I've talked to one that had at least 2 to 3 albums to release after their new album. So I'm just going, that's insane on how much music that you guys will have to tour on and to put out on.
Absolutely.
So the band was throwing out different types of music, but has the band found its sound that says this is Fused by Defiance? Or are you guys still just throwing stuff out there to see what fits an album for you all?
As far as this album, the one thing that ties all of our songs together is just like sheer energy. We did decide to also include like you know how most bands include like a ballad within, so we decided to like include that as well, just to have like another niche to go into. But like we always like energy in general, so a lot of the songs on our new album is going to be like more jumpy, more collaborative with the audience, and kind of like more playful. So I guess in general that would be the thing that connects them all.
Creating these songs, does it still challenge or push you guys as a band? You know, are there any songs that you guys have previously worked on that actually totally took a different turn, or maybe took a 360-degree turn as it first came in?
Since I've been in the band, I've only been in the band for a year. I feel like the boys would know this one better, but from what I've heard on their self-titled EP, the song called Payback sounded 100% different than what it originally sounded like. So according to the bass player John, he said it sounded like a super just like straight metal track, and then it turned into like the Payback that it is now. And I guess that was kind of a cool process to see them kind of just stretch out to create the sound that would be relevant for that entire self-entitled album.
So what have you brought to this band as a vocalist that might have been missing possibly?
So I guess the most obvious thing that I brought in vocally was more versatility. And that's one of the things that they asked me at my audition. They're like, hey, so previously we only did rap vocals with the previous vocalist who now moved to New Jersey, but we kind of want to expand our sound. So can you also do like singing vocals, and can you also do scream vocals? And I was like, yeah, sure, whatever. And I lied. I couldn't do it. I was gonna lie. I just, yeah, whatever, I can do it. But I eventually learned how to do it. And I guess like those two aspects makes us as a band like able to expand our horizons a little bit more than being put like in the just simply the rap metal niche. How
does it make you feel to be compared to some of the great lead female vocalists that are out there right now in the heavy metal world, such as like the front lady from Ginger? How does that make you feel to be even in association with that?
Honestly, I just get a lot of imposter syndrome. I'm just like, nah, like, come on, not freaking Ginger. Like, are you kidding me? I've gotten a comparison to Alexis, I think, too, from Straight Line Stitch, and to Lacey. I'm like, you guys, like, these people are actually good. I'm just, like, here doing my thing. Like, I don't know what you guys are talking about. But, yeah, it was a comparison I never thought I'd hear, like, not one time in my life. Because prior to this, I was just a guitar player.
So on the EP that you guys are going to be working on, who's probably going to be producing this? Is this also going to be Ron handling the producing as well?
No. So Ben mixes it, and I think a guy named John or Josh does the mastering. I'm sorry, Ben records it, and a guy named John or Josh does the rest of the producing. But it's this guy at Left Coast Label. He does really great recording, so he'll be the one doing that.
Do you see the band still musically growing or being challenged since you have joined the band?
So I push them to think outside of their comfort zone and Kev, the guitar player, is also the same way. He's like, I don't want to do something that everyone's done. Like, that's boring. I want to add more stuff. And I think collectively as a band, the one thing that kind of like stands out is how encouraging we all are towards each other. So like, it's skill-wise as well. So, like, there's no one in the band that puts another person down. Actually, it's complete opposite. Everyone is always picking each other up, saying, like, no, you're gonna stop doubting yourself because I know you can do this. And that kind of just, like, that's our driving force, just, like, that complete encouragement and support within all of us. But we do push ourselves and we do challenge ourselves because we don't really want to be like anyone else. We kind of just want to be like us. So
I want to step back 1 second and talk about this. With you coming into the band, what about the writing process? Are you contributing to the writing process, or how is this working out?
So with our past two songs, the first one I came into was basically already done. So I just added in vocals. The second one, Arnold had sent me an idea for like a guitar part, and then I'd written a few more guitar parts for it, and I sent it to Kevin, and then Kevin wrote some really good leads, and then we all got together, and we just kind of just like played it part by part and kind of stitched it together through a band practice.
What do you hope everyone takes away, or message you hope they hear while listening to any of Fused by Defiance music in general, Taj? What do you hope they get from when they listen to it?
Question everything. That is the one message I always want to everyone to get across.
What made you want to become a musician? What was that spark, possibly, if you can recall, that said, yeah, I think I want to try this?
Honestly, it was it was a little petty because, like, my favorite bands weren't making the music that I wanted them to make anymore. So I was like, you know what? Fuck it. I'm going to do it myself. So then I just decided one day, I actually went to someone's house and stole a guitar from their house. I got my ass beat for it later, but hey, I still got a free guitar, and I just started learning it, and that's kind of what got me into it, the fact that I could create music that I liked, and I didn't have to rely on anyone else to do it for me. And then after that, I got to see like an entire new world of people who like were thinking the way that I was thinking, and I was like, oh, I didn't know this was like a whole community type of thing. That's cool. I'm going to stay. It's
amazing how local bands especially, and some of the underground bands, are so close with each other.
Absolutely. I love that part.
Yeah, it amazes me. It's like one big family. It's like there's no shit on each other. It's like, you know, you talk about one, then hey, we're all going to step in and say something to you about it. You know, it's like if we play a show, we want everybody else to try to join in on that show. And I think that's the key thing. And I think a lot has forgotten about that, honestly.
Yeah, I kind of agree with that. The local band scene over here is we're all super close. We're all pals. We all go to the same shows. And I just absolutely admire that about the local band scene.
And it seems like there's more, and I don't mean to knock any national band whatsoever, but it just seems like there's more heart into EPs and albums, if that makes sense. Because you could pop in an album and be like, I didn't feel shit on that one. That just felt rushed.
Yeah.
You know? And again, to each is their own, but it just seems like it's just wholehearted from locals and underground bands.
Absolutely. I totally feel that.
I know you had a lot of music when you were growing up, and I know you had all kinds of albums in your room, because I know I did, and I still do. Did you have a go-to album, or maybe just a go-to song when you were younger that affected you as far as giving you inspiration or just let you escape for a while? Did you have to have that one go-to album or song, possibly?
Yeah, I was made fun of in school because, so like I got my first like little iPod like mini thing that there wasn't a screen, there was just like a next button, and it had the Evanescence Fallen and the Open Door album, and I literally got made fun of at school because those were the only two things I listened to. They were like, "What are you listening to, Taj? Evanescence?" And I'm like, "Yeah, what are you listening to, trash?"
Nothing wrong with that at all.
Exactly.
I got made fun of listening to some bluegrass when I was a little kid, but I don't care. That's what I dig, and I still dig it today. I like all kinds of music. Nah.
Yeah, sick.
So this EP, when is it possibly going to be out? You said maybe towards the fall. Is that correct?
Yeah, we're going to try and like position it to come out around the same time that like the country opens up again. And so, like, we're just really, like, pushing for that deadline. Once we have, like, something in place, it's so weird because, like, until we, like, set a deadline, there's, like, a stall of, like, nothing. And then we set a deadline, and randomly there's, like, 15 songs. And I'm like, okay, good to know that that's how we work.
Folks, you want to get out and pick up Fused by Defiance, their self-titled EP that's out right now. You want to check that out and give this band a fair shot. Also, please pick up their new EP that's going to come out as well. New songs, things like that. Music from Taj on here as well. Please pick this up and check it out. So, Taj, how can folks stay in touch with all of you? Tour dates, merchandise, everything when it all gets back together and some normalcy. How can they do that?
Sure. So all of our handles are the same. At Fused by Defiance. We're on everything, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. We're now on TikTok. We don't really do anything because we're all old, though, but we're there.
God, I feel like a boomer.
YouTube, like, yeah, I walk into TikTok and I feel the same way.
Yeah, it's like TikTok. So I was like, I have to do this if I want BODS Mayhem Hour to be on TikTok. I gotta do some stuff. If I'm gonna do stuff like that, I'm gonna be crazy funny. because
Yeah.
that's my
You mean
deal.
you don't want to necessarily do expensive?
Nay. I will break myself. Trust me.
I'll be right there with you, man.
Something will go wrong as usual. Trust me.
Same.
Me. Before I let you go, would you care to do a promo for my show?
Sure. Okie dokie. This is Taj from Fused by Defiance, and you are listening to BODS Mayhem Hour.
Everybody stick around. We got some great stuff coming up, and you only hear these interviews right here on BODS Mayhem Hour and BODS Mayhem Hour Podcast. Please check out our Facebook page. It has our podcast link, YouTube link, and every platform that we are associated with. And trust me, you want to subscribe to our YouTube link because we give giveaways at every tier, and we're getting ready to give away some huge stuff and some autograph stuff. So check that out. Also, please check out Fused by Defiance. Give this band a chance. You will not be disappointed. So, Taj, I wish you all nothing but the best of luck.
You too, man. Stay away from that Rona, too. Don't catch it again.
Bad Rhoda. Bad Rhoda.
You're listening to BODS Mayhem Hour.
Follow us on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram.